якось продолжаем. Ох, сука, нажался как скотина. Ох.
Mr. Sanders, you have to come with us. No, please. I can't leave here.
This foul gas again.
No, no! You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Ну, понятно, что закрыто, типа... Спац. Я не хочу спац. Я понял, без вариантов. Сейчас я прокашляюсь, тут вот это вот все. Угу. Так, меня прикрыло.
They tracked and hunted me, pursued me right into their dreams. They scribbled all over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
Guys?
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my dreams. When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs. Awaken and free me.
Шо?
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time.
Алло, ты кто? Ходи ко мне, ебать.
Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Можем остаться тут.
Wait a minute.
Ты кто?
Why should I trust you? I don't even know your name. All I have is a woman dressed as a doctor, which is not particularly reassuring.
I am Dr. Marie Colden. I work in this institute. But that does not mean I approve of everything Dr. Fuller does. He hides a lot of things from me, especially on this floor. We must not
Да
stay here.
заткнись ты там уже,
There are two
алло.
men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
Хорошо. Це тупо вілвізін чи що?
Sarah. Am I in an asylum? What did they inject him with?
Батя, ти обкола.
What did he write about the painting?
Картина — это проклятие. Картины прокляты или что-то такое.
Why the strange symbol repeated over and over?
Ты не можешь убежать. Так.
Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
А это кто?
What does this mean?
Хуй его знает. Мокренько. Сухонько.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him. Poor wretch.
Надеюсь, ни одна из этих дверей не откроется. Кушать. Хотите кушать?
Dr. Colden, I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Stealth.
Damn it. I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
I told you not to let her come down.
I know.
Do it again, and I'll report you.
All right. I know.
Что делать? Выходить? Так, у меня клаустрофобия, походу. Окей.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
Иди.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valve.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there are sleeping pills left. They've run out again
Только
upstairs.
сюда не ходи.
Put a few aside for me, will you? And above
You.
all, leave the
Yeah,
wheel
you
where
there.
they
Come
are.
here.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep?
Бля, мне
You don't
жопа.
want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
Да вообще хорошо.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
Ебать. Надеюсь, он тупо
What
спит.
is welling up inside? I feel it in my head and in my body
Надеюсь, на двери будет
and swells and has
Ой, ну вас
strength of
нахуй.
oceans. Its waves
F.
rise
F.
6. No, not 6. 4, 5. Just got a few days to go. Yeah, that's it. 4 days at most. No more. Perhaps less. I think I got the right date. My calculations are always right. It's the date. It's the dates that the spread. That's the problem. I don't know what this date is. But the calculations, they're right. 4 days, maximum. 5 at the most.
Блять. Надо было за ним идти. Мне вообще сюда? Пойду за ним тупо, ебать. ФПС. Где груди ты, только не орите на вас нахуй. Там есть что-то вообще? Архив. Хуй мне твой архив. Надо дверь закрыть. Нихера.
Zoology, esotericism, mineralogy, and a full shelf on cephalopods. Sarah Hawkins. She was a patient here.
Ну да, он же ее хотел вылечить. Муженек-то ее.
Dementia? Self-inflicted wounds?
Эдвард Пирс. Блять, потуши.
Good God. What could this machine be used for?
Пиписка. Пинос. А, он в трусах.
Is there a connection between this corpse and the machine? The corpse is complete. Whose are these limbs?
Запасные. Что вы хотите, чтоб я тут понажимал?
Worse and worse. What's the connection between this meat and the electrical installation? Vats of rotten flesh? An elaborate electrical system? Like a dumb pulp novel.
Именно, блядь.
Have I activated anything? This machine seems to consume a great deal of electricity. What will happen if I increase the current to the limit? I can still increase the load.
Подожди, я тут еще не все прочекал. Это тут просто зашкерится? Не-не-не. Блядь, еще током ёбнет, вылез ты, блядь. Я не рад, кусок.
I can still increase the load.
Ну, ты-то молодец, конечно, да.
It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock.
Так, надо будет, походу, нажать в самый последний момент. Какого хуя я тут делаю, твою мать? Алло, администратор.
Locked. Exactly what I
Что
need.
тебе надо? Ключи. Storage. Давай, 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 давай. Ясная дегенера.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Я тебя понял. Ебать. Какого хуя? Ой, бери, блядь, быстрее, ебать. Быстрее, твою мать. Открывай.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
От чего я ключи взял?
It's no use. The padlock
Секунду.
won't.
Подсобное помещение.
Give.
Куда меня черти несут? Ёбаный рот.
The green gas leaves from here and it runs through the whole building.
И что ты предлагаешь? Перекрыть его, что ли? Доктор Фуллер, я починил вашу машину насколько смог, но трубопровод поврежден, и я боюсь, что происходит утечка газа. За какое-то короткое время больше сделать я не сумею. Я обязан предупредить вас, если подать слишком большое давление, возможен взрыв.
A duct. It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands.
Я понял.
This valve controls the pressure.
Окей, блядь.
The control wheel is missing.
Жестко, я тут надолго, походу. Ты не сможешь, я уже знаю. Ясно.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Объявление для персонала. Происшествие на прошлой неделе нанесло значительный урон инфраструктуре, в результате чего мы были вынуждены прервать текущие эксперименты. Это неприемлемо. Теперь колеса для управления газовыми кранами после каждого применения должны быть возвращены в кладовую. Кроме того, при их использовании необходимо вносить соответствующие записи Журналь. Понятно. И куда мне идти? Тупо куда идти, ебать? Подошло. Ага.
It's done. Now for the others.
Не знаю, куда иду, я просто тупо иду. Давай быстрее. Ага. Ага. Кусь.
A control wheel. This lever must turn on the gas machine. There's nothing happening.
Куда уходят ФПС? Ля-ля-ля. Так, мне теперь в подвал куда-то. Медицинские конспекты. Так, здесь что-то есть, да? Вентиль, блядь.
I could use this control wheel to turn the valve I saw.
Да, блядь, выключи ты, ёб твою мать. Мне пизда, да? Ты ж тупой? Надеюсь, ты тупой. Бля, мне пизда.
You there!
Ох, твою мать, а чё ж так громко-то? Так, ну хотя бы все сохранилось. Да блядь, я тут ёбаный вход, я не пойму.
I could use this control wheel to turn the valve I saw. I can still increase the load.
Идем по проводу.
If I walk, I do not stop. If I do not stop, he does not catch me. If he does not catch me, I do not sleep. Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push.
Ну, это да. Ага, я кругами ходил.
I can still increase the
Еще
load.
один. Интересно, я прошкериться мимо того товарища смогу? Вот этого я имею в виду. Можно сохраниться? Нет.
I'll go
What
take a look.
carnage.
Да шо, ля, что ты сюда идешь?
Hey,
Гамно. Гамно. Так. Нет, не могу. Стоп, а чё тут? Тут шкерка. Вылазим. Чё лагает, я не пойму. Алло. Какого хуя? Потому что игра такая, да? Я понял.
What is going on here?
Хуй его знает. После этой игры я определенно пойду читать книги. Ебать. Слезы на морозе. Ебать, куда меня хуи принесли, бля? Что я тут ищу, блядь?
The door is blocked on the other side.
Мне жопа. Что я, блядь, еще, а? Выключи, блядь, свет, ёб твою мать, ядрон.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
Да ты тупо. Ты что, дегенерат, блядь? Так он съебался? Возьми уже что-нибудь, я не знаю. Что ты хочешь, чтобы я нашел, а? Вот оно, блядь. Да, блядь! Ты, ёб твою мать. Формасируем отсюда. Осталось вспомнить, где этот сраный подвал.
Now for the next step.
Крутим сразу, да? Крути. Крути, блядь. Как мне стоит выйти, интересно?
This lever must turn on the gas machine. The piping hasn't burst.
Здесь.
Not yet, anyway.
Здесь все правильно я делаю. Да давай, блядь. Еще один рычаг.
He'll find me. He can see me.
Let's calm down, please.
No, no.
Pain is just information, dear Francis. Invaluable information for my research.
Kill me. Kill me.
What?
If you don't kill me, he will.
My poor friend, I fear your mind is lost forever.
Хуется. Стой, мне, наверное, может в ту комнату пойти. Ну, она же меня там сожрет, ебать.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills?
Хуй его знает. Вот оно, блядь.
Scopolamine, morphine, opium. Nothing but common drugs.
Ты шо?
My new friend's sleeping pills.
Бать, есть тут что-то? Есть. Не жопа? Ебать. Так тупо, как хорошо, что они тупые. Хух. Ох и тупые, сука. Хитроты, твою мать.
I've got what you want.
Sweet.
There. And remember, they don't come for free.
Don't you worry, you'll have your diversion. Go on now, go hide yourself. The crows! They're everywhere! Make them go away!
What now?
The birds, they're attacking!
That nonsense again.
Лезь нахуй. Просто лезь.
What carnage.
Сука. Тупо анатомия. А вот и переключатель. Это ваша медицина, да.
All the levers are activated.
Помнить бы, куда идти. Давай, ебать.
That should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide.
Damn it. What's going on? Is there somebody... Gotta let Fuller know. You can bet he'll blame us.
Волим. Меня не пустят, походу, да? Ебать. Здравствуй, жопа. Новый год. Саня, ты в порядке?
Doctor, is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want them. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me.
No! Sanders! What hell? I gotta.
Какого хуя?
This is insane. What killed him?
Какая-то срань. Больше ничего нету полутать. Давай бегом и валим. Или все, можно успокоиться. Вроде как ничего нету. F. Не, ты не этот. Не, даже не выдумывай. Ясно.
Damn! The gas! Oh, my head.
Later. We need to move on.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Да-да. Слушай, днем тут прикольно.
Do what you want. I'm just trying to reason with you.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
Подожди, женщина,
How do
блядь.
you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Можно мне накатить? Мне надо. Что это за татуировка, интересно? Я певеля, ебать. Пей до конца. То ты посмотри. Все?
Damn.
Сейчас растормозится, все нормально. Алло?
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, and chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Так, ну типа что, ногами идти куда-то? Музыка дай слушать. Интересно, тут что-то есть? Короче, я могу только уйти, я понял. Все, тут все ясно. Что-то вырубает, поел. Ох.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Окей. Да, хуй пойми, шо качать, блин. Хуй его знает. Медицина.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
А ну-ка.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Ага.
Xander's accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? A house of artists. A house of artists. He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Пойдем. Я вас тут посвечу слегонца. Там была кровь.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Не открывается. О, май. Сосочки, смотри, торчат. Как-то можно увеличить, нет? О-о-о. Что ж тут везде закрыто-то, а?
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Взял, отжал.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for
Дорогой
nothing.
Фрэнсис, умоляю тебя не мечтать даже об этой проклятой картине. Если наша дружба для тебя хоть что-то значит, пожалуйста, избавь меня от чувства вины. Я не могу стать причиной твоего падения. Прошу тебя, дорогой мой друг, забудь о бродяге. Твоя подруга Сара Фрэнсис.
I could use one of those.
Кит и треска. Краткая история острова Дарквотер, Эрвана Гринмаунта. Книга рассказывает об былой славе острова. А чё нет? Энциклопедия чудовищных и неизвестных тварей. Я начинаю верить, что они существуют. Что ты на меня так смотришь, слышишь? Тело, блядь. Тулуфтан.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Что ты тут делаешь?
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
В смысле? Я тебе посвечу, хочешь? Жестко. Нихуя себе галерея, ёптель. Сосочки. Комментарий от Бога, чё?
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Я определенно пойду читать книги. Ну, не прям типа встал и пошел, но типа...
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Ха-ха! Малой гуся душен, ты понял? Мне б лампочку где подзарядить. Как-то странно. Половина моделей вроде как круто сделана, половина как будто, блядь... Не знаю даже. You don't have it. Во. Не лампочку. Малой гуся душит 2. Это что, тоже масло? Ну, как бы... В принципе-то и все.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Не обладая даже крупицей таланта Сары Хокинс, Сандерс в мельчайших деталях нарисовал кинжал необычной формы. На гарде изображен эзотерический символ, который часто встречался в переписке с Сарой. Так, а мне его что, найти тут надо, что ли?
What the hell was that?
Я ебу, блядь, такой спросил, блядь. Жопа. Я так понимаю, я выйти не могу, да? Ясно, блядь.
I can't even touch it.
Твою мать, сраная срань. А можно это не смотреть? Спасибо. Так, а что мне делать?
What the hell was that?
А, ты смотреть не хочешь. Сейчас видел мое лицо, твоя мать. Да я понял, ну блин, ну...
What the hell was that?
Что ты хочешь сверниться с дневником? Ты потом прокачаю всю херня. Что мне делать, ебать? И шо? Жопа, да? Что мне ебать делать? Алло. А что мне делать? Что это такое? Нахуй мне это... Пожалуйста.
What the hell was that? That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a link. Maybe if I destroy it. That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a link. Maybe if I destroy it.
Все, я понял, что ты хочешь. Все, я понял, блядь. Так, у меня во всех щелях сушняк сейчас. Перед, короче, посиди там, перемотаешь потом. На 2 минуты, да? Запись, что останавливать-то смысл? Перемотаешь, короче, перемотаешь. всякое. Ой. А чё я свернулся? Хуй его знает, чё я свернулся. Короче, понятно. Только не знаю, мне сначала...
What the hell was that?
This hell is this...
There has to be a link. Maybe if I destroy it.
Вот он, кинжал сраный.
Damn. I could try tearing the painting with this thing.
Бля, жопа. Жопа.
Damn it. This dagger didn't work.
Ага, который на картине, блядь. Хуй его знает, какой там. Тихо. Сейчас посмотрим. Угу. Нет. Похоже. Наверное, не он, да? Ёб твою мать.
Damn it! I have to use a specific dagger.
F. Вот он, блядь. Спусть. Прошу, блядь.
What the hell was that?
Срание счета, я тебя горю, ебать. Давай, блядь, лезь, ебать.
That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a link. Maybe if I destroy it.
Какой спрятаться, блядь.
Damn. This might be able to lift the curse on the painting.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
профессионал.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Шо? Ля, шо? Сейчас секу. Здрасте.
Where's the bookseller?
Ахайрово. Поищем, но потом, типа.